There's no questioning if numeracy and literacy are fundamental pillars to education. However, the principal of the University of the West Indies, UWI Mona, is making it categorically clear it's time to dismiss the notion by themselves that they are enough for Caribbean economies to prosper. Kerlyn Brown has more on the comments made at the Patterson Institute for Africa-Caribbean Advocacy.
If Africa and the Caribbean are serious about economic transformation and economic growth, there are fundamental issues Pro-Vice Chancellor and Principal of the University of the West Indies, Professor Denzel Williams, points out must be at play, which cut across all economies.
The role of systems and institutions seem to take a backseat, and individual personal belief trumps that. So can you imagine a president actually sets interest rate? Can you imagine a president declare what inflation should be? Can you imagine that a president goes to a central bank and says to the central bank, I want rates to be 2% today. So all fundamentals that you've learned in school should be ignored, and I tell you what I want it to be.
It's worrying to him, even while struggling, exogenous factors are treated as the real issue, while internal matters, including human capital, critical to expanding production and productivity, are being ignored.
So we go on and we ignore the quality of the human capital, and we make a very, very dangerous argument which says numeracy and literacy are the most fundamental issues for Caribbean people.
The next phase, employment, falls woefully short in transforming the region's economies, as the skill sets to move beyond pre- and primary, where resources are being diverted, are absent.
We have seen average economic growth over the last 40 years of roughly about 1.5%, 2%. We have seen low tech. Basically, we are adopters of technology rather than inventors. And we have seen low wages. And we think we're comfortable with that.
Professor Williams proposes it's time to reject the notion building human capital for countries like Jamaica merely calls for focus on numeracy and literacy.
So we need to move to higher order skills, critical thinking, problem solving, tolerance, diversity, working in teams. These are very important things that if your people don't acquire those skills, the truth is that they're going to find it difficult to integrate in a global economy.
The book, he concludes, stops with a system.
Our education system has to now rethink how it actually educates people along those lines. Reason being, the education system has a curriculum that says, let me give you some certification. Let me certify you and give you all of these kinds of things that you want. It never stopped to think that let me build a curriculum that is learner-centric. Let me find out what you want from education rather than me telling you what you must get from education.
Kerlyn Brown, CVM News.